Okay, time for a new video, and whether you are somebody new to my channel or you are returning to my channel to watch this video, it's greatly appreciated. As always, I'm filming this in one go, therefore I apologise in advance if I stumble over my words going forwards, and indeed if the quality of this video is fairly poor as well, if there's any lag, anything like that at all, sadly it can't be helped, and hopefully it's not too much of an issue for you. This is yet another Eurovision related video here on my channel, the first one for about a month. The reason that there hasn't been much content on my channel over the past month is mainly because not much has happened in the world of Eurovision. It's been quite quiet. Many countries, of course, are still trying to deal with the pandemic as best they can. And if anything, we've had more Junior Eurovision related news than grown-up ESC related news. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Junior Eurovision in this video, and then I haven't really thought too much about it, but I'm going to talk a little bit about being part of the Eurovision community, and it's going to be a big ramble, so I don't know how long this video is going to be, but please do stick with it. So, Junior Eurovision, may as well get into that. This year we'll see the 18th edition. It's going to be in Poland for the second year running. It's actually going to be the first JESC that is staged in the same country two years in a row. Warsaw, the capital city, is going to be the host city. Move the world is the slogan. Now I'm just taking a look here. So far we've had about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 countries announce their participation, or provisional participation shall we say. Belarus and the Netherlands are there, the only two countries to have participated in every Junior Eurovision, so they'll be back. France, Georgia, Germany will debut, Kazakhstan, Malta, Poland, of course, Portugal, Russia, Serbia, Spain, and Ukraine. Now, a couple of countries have withdrawn. In fact, I'll just go through the list that it says here. Bulgaria have no plans to return at the time, so they will not be involved. Greece might come back at some point, but not this year. Iceland have never competed, but maybe will in the future. Ireland have withdrawn, which is a great shame. A lot of countries probably don't want to compete because of the current global pandemic. Italy, no decision just yet. North Macedonia will not be involved, a rare non-participation for them. Sweden won't be involved, and the UK won't be involved either. Australia are gone too, and somebody else, but for some reason it doesn't say which country that is. But anyway, what it says here is France will pick their artist in September, Kazakhstan will pick their artist and song on the 26th of September, but we don't know the singers or songs yet. Malta, September, the Netherlands, September the 26th, and the songs are out, I think, either in full or partly. I have heard them. They are Jackie and Janae with It's You and Me, Robin with May, which means along apparently, or May along, not entirely sure, T-Square with Count on Me, and Unity with Best Friends. Now Unity is a girl group, and I think that's probably the best one, I think. Yes, can't quite remember. I'm pretty sure that's the girl group. Anyway, Poland, 27th of September. Portugal have said that they will compete, but only if the contest goes ahead. Something along those lines, anyway. Russia, 19th of September. Do we know any details for that? Not according to this. It's being a bit slow, I do apologise. Serbia, we don't know yet. Spain, we don't know yet. And Ukraine will be the 12th of September. So there we go. It's going to be in Warsaw. It's going to be a more stripped back show. Will there be a crowd? I don't know. I don't see it happening myself. I can see it being just a sort of very stripped back television show more than anything else. I don't know which venue it's going to be, the Transcolour Studio or the ATM Studio. I can see Poland winning 3 years in a row. I really can. With the current voting system and the fact that we've had quite a few withdrawals and maybe a few more to go, I can see Poland winning 3 years in a row. Let me know your thoughts. Germany debuting, of course, is wonderful. I mean, we've had Germany compete, France compete, Spain compete, Italy compete, and the UK compete. But the only one that doesn't compete at the moment is the UK. Will ITV, which was the Junior Eurovision broadcast here in the UK, will they change their minds? Probably not. They probably don't even know that Junior Eurovision is a thing anymore. But that's JESC. So moving on, hopefully the quality is not too bad. I want to talk about the Eurovision community now. And this is going to be a really messy ramble, so I do apologise. The reason I want to talk about this stems from something that I saw online earlier today, just out of the blue. I'm surprised it was even brought up. If you're watching this on the day of upload and you follow a lot of Eurovision related accounts on social media, particularly Twitter, you'll probably have a good idea what I'm on about. I'm not going to go into the specifics here because stuff flares up all the time, but being part of the Eurovision community, for want of a better term, is wonderful. Everybody's very supportive. You get people of all different ages, all different backgrounds, all different nationalities, and it's a really wonderful feeling of togetherness. But sometimes it does not feel that way. I think a lot of people in the community, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, I think they can be very hypocritical and nasty towards other people. Now, with regards to me and this channel and my blog, which is fairly Eurovision centric these days, and my other social media pages, I do not get a lot of hateful comments. It's exceptionally rare, and I have a pretty thick skin, so I just, shove them off. But everybody is supposed to support each other and respect people's opinions. But sometimes that's just not the case. Every year, if you go onto the official Eurovision YouTube channel and a song is uploaded, the music video for it, you will get people disagreeing with complete strangers in the comments, and it's just, to me, utterly childish behaviour. I just think to myself, can't you just let it slide? You like the song, this person doesn't, so be it. Why have you got to start having this really childish argument on the internet with somebody you don't even know? I've never really understood it. It doesn't just apply to Eurovision or Junior Eurovision. It applies to so many things on the internet, as we all very much know. But on Twitter as well, this whole thing about people's taste in music, this just really baffles me. It's like, I have my own taste in music, but I can accept somebody else's taste in music. For example, I enjoy music in the Eurovision Song Contest, obviously. I enjoy bands like Green Day and, a bit of Amy McDonald, and Maroon 5 and Linkin Park's early stuff, and so many. I'm looking at my CDs here, and Taylor Swift, and so many musicians. I can respect them for what they do. But if somebody else is into, really heavy metal, or R&B, hip-hop, all of that popular stuff at the moment, Drake, artists like that, which I'm not into, but they might be, fair enough. I'm not going to criticise you and say that you have bad taste in music, because what's the point? Just accept it for what it is. This is a big ramble, I do apologise. I did say it was coming. But with Eurovision, it's the same thing. Like, this year, one of my favourites was the Swiss entry, Répondez-moi. Now, if somebody out there is not keen on that song, fair enough. I'm not going to leave a comment on a YouTube video saying, you are so wrong. You do not have good taste in music. You don't know what you're on about. But there are people out there who would leave a comment like that. And I think to myself, you might be a genuine, long-term Eurovision fan, and you're saying things like that to a stranger on the internet, and you call yourself a Eurovision fan. That's just not on. That's not on. You should be accepting of other people's opinions. For example, here's another example anyway. Every year, there are songs that I don't like, and I will say in a video or a blog post, I am really not keen on this song. I don't really get why people are loving it, or maybe why this song has so many views on YouTube, etc, etc, etc. And, when you say something like that, you do run the risk of people criticising your opinion. But, you can't just be very vague and on the fence with everything. Earlier this year, I filmed a lot of Eurovision reaction type videos where I listened to songs, national final songs, or actual Eurovision entries for the very first time on camera. And I thought to myself, oh, do I be careful here? Do I not say anything too harsh. And then I thought, you know what? I'm just going to be honest. If I don't like it, I'm going to say I don't like it. It doesn't mean that I dislike the artist or any other music that that artist might have done. It doesn't mean that I dislike that country. This is something that comes up every year with Eurovision as well. You know, you might get a comment somewhere and somebody will say, you know, your opinion is wrong, blah, 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 blah. And it's almost as if they're criticizing the person who made the original comment and saying that, oh, you don't like this song, therefore you don't like this country. What is that all about? You know, and I'm going to say it, every year, Albania and Poland, just saying, every year, I don't get involved, I don't leave comments really, I just stay clear of any of this silly, childish Eurovision drama, whatever you want to call it. But notably, over the years, on videos regarding the Albanian act or the Polish act, you get these arguments in the comments, or you get Twitter statuses, or whatever they're called, tweets, there we are, let's use the actual term, tweets, and it's just people being rather nasty to each other, you know. Every year you see it on Eurovision videos on the official channel, you know, you'll read through them and it's just like, Russia, 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 Poland, 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 and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's almost as if you don't agree that this song is the best this year, you are wrong, so very wrong. I don't like that. I'm not explaining myself too well here, but maybe if you're watching this video, you know what I'm on about, you can relate, and feel free to leave a comment telling me your own experiences maybe, of maybe where you've had an opinion that a lot of people disagree with and how you handled it. Feel free to let me know. Let's have a bit of a discussion in the comments, maybe. But yeah, the reason I bring this up is because I saw something on Twitter today, and I was like, why is this being brought up? Why can't you just let it slide? You know, it's nothing serious. You know, Eurovision is supposed to be fun, and people take it too seriously. Now, I take it seriously because it's the biggest singing competition in the world. Why would you not want to do well? Why would you want to go on stage and humiliate yourself and your country? But at the same time, yeah, have fun. It's an enjoyable experience for everybody. But there are people out there who every now and then, I just don't get it. Why are you trying to upset other people? Why are you making a big deal out of something that does not need to be a big deal? Why are you suddenly accusing somebody of not liking your country, or saying something really horrible about your country or that person? I just don't get it. So what I'm saying to you now, here on this channel, if I make Eurovision reaction type videos in the future, I'm going to be completely honest with you, as I always have been. If I do not like a song, I'm going to say that I don't like the song, and that's fine, and you should accept that opinion, because if you are a bona fide, genuine Eurovision fan, you will accept that opinion and move on. My favourite entry this year, Attention, Norway, Ulrika. If you don't like that song, fair enough. You don't need to waste your time leaving me a comment saying, how can that be your favourite song of the year? It's so obviously not the best song of the year, blah, 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 blah. And I know that this doesn't happen on everybody's channel, on every video to do with Eurovision that exists out there on the internet, but it happens too much on some videos, on some channels, and I think, what's the point? Just let it slide, accept that people have a different opinion from you, and I mean, I can understand people in the community, fans in the community, really getting annoyed with somebody if they are saying something that is so obviously horrible, foul, disgusting about a person, or, you know, going so harshly in on a song. I can understand why people might kick up a fuss, but some things I just don't get it. It's like, what's the point? Come on now, let's all be supportive, let's all accept other people's opinions, yada yada yada. Really don't understand it. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now. I didn't really explain myself very well there at all. It ended up being quite an expressive ramble here on my channel, but I really just think everybody needs to be a bit more accepting. And I think there are people online who can be quite hypocritical. You know? I just don't understand it. It's like, come on now. Okay, maybe you disagree with what this person has done or what they've said, but that doesn't mean you need to bang on about it. You know, you don't need to share it on Twitter and get other people involved, and then this person all of a sudden gets, you know, a lot of hate their way. What's the point? You're just stirring the pot a little bit more. You're making it more of a deal than it really should be, and I don't get that at all. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. You know? The whole thing about taste, I go back to it, but people putting things like, you don't have any taste in music. What the hell are you talking about? You know, what's that got to do with anything? We have a different opinion. Get over it. Grow up. You know, call yourself a Eurovision fan. I do say that because how can you call yourself a Eurovision fan if you don't accept other people's opinions? You know, one of my least favourite songs this year, I don't have the list in front of me, but I was not a fan of Slovenia's entry. But there are people out there who probably love that song. And fair enough. Fair enough. I don't, you do, fair enough. Let's move on. Last year, Albania's entry by Johnny de Malici, wasn't such a fan of that song. Didn't find it that interesting. But if you find it interesting, fair enough. I'm not going to go on to somebody's video where they're talking about that song and say, I totally disagree with you. I don't get it. I don't understand the hype. Blah, 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 blah. Now, maybe in the past, I hold my hands up. Maybe in the past, I have left comments where maybe I wasn't being rude, but certainly I could have maybe rephrased what I was trying to say. That was in the past. I would not even think of doing anything like that at all anymore. I rarely comment as it is. I just don't see the point. Why just get into a petty argument? Blah, blah, blah. I just really don't care anymore. Really don't care. And any comments that I get on this channel, and I don't get many, but any comments that I have received or will receive in the future, and there will be some, that I think are just totally unnecessary or irrelevant, they're going to go. I'm going to get rid of them. I only want comments on this channel from people who care about the contest in the same way that I do and can respect my opinion and accept my content for what it is. I'm going to really shut up now. My God, I rambled for another 5 minutes. What is wrong with me? I will be back soon with more Eurovision related videos. If there's anything you want me to talk about, feel free to let me know. As I said at the start, things are changing for me from September. So in terms of output, there won't be as much. But I will try to keep making videos somewhat frequently. And I will obviously watch a lot of other Eurovision related content on YouTube as well. A big ramble, do apologise, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm genuinely interested. Honestly, I could sit here and look on Twitter right now and give you great examples of people not necessarily being rude, but just going on and on about you have poor taste. How can you say something like that? It's so horrible. This is really problematic. It's like, okay, maybe it is, but can we just like move on from it? Maybe just accept it for what it is. Call them out if it's something that is so obviously horrible and disgusting. Otherwise, why have you got to share it? Why have you got to drag other people in? Why have you got to create this discussion on Twitter where you are essentially slagging somebody off for their opinion? Unacceptable. You're not a Eurovision fan. Get out. I'm leaving it there. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and bye for now.